Differ from the herd. That's the tagline inspiration for Burlap Bovine, which crafts uniquely handmade leather and cowhide accessories.
I grew up on my family's cow-calf ranch in Livermore, and ironically, as a kid, I was always afraid of cows, and now they're like my favorite. Because I like cows, people sometimes want to give you a gift or say, oh, this cute thing made me think of you, right? And it would always be a Holstein, and I'd be like, oh, but that's a dairy cow. I want a Hereford or an Angus or a Black Baldy. And they didn't exist really. And so I used that as a jumping off point to kind of create my products. I hand stitch all of my pieces.
Mallory Walker runs the small business out of her home using her passion for cattle to get her creativity moving.
It's hard to organically think of ideas that make you stand apart from the crowd or the herd. And I try really, really hard to gain inspiration from within. I started out with a pair of fabric scissors and a piece of cowhide rug, and the rest is kind of history. Now I have upgraded into different pieces of machinery that help me be more efficient in my business, and have gone through the research and the time and the trials and errors from hand tracing and hand cutting my very first pieces. Now I have, I call them cow cookie cutters. They're like cookie cutters, but they're for leather, so they're made of steel. And I have a press. Now I just go out in the garage and I have my clicker press, and that's like my workout for the day. And then I get cute things at the end.
Among her line of ag-inspired jewelry and accessories are earrings.
I started with teardrop shapes and combining different leathers and textures there. And now I've expanded into many more shapes, and I've even started tooling leather. So that's something that was always a dream of mine. Once I got into leather and cowhide, I always envied the leather artists who can think of something in their mind and then put it on leather and make it come to life. One of my most popular items actually is my graduation cap toppers. So I cut a piece of cowhide, and the graduate picks their favorite cowhide, and basically the piece is to glue on top of the mortar board. So I cut a tassel hole for the tassel button so they can still, switch their tassels.
And since it's all handcrafted, each item is unique in its own way. Plus, she can customize the items too.
The limit does not exist on the greens for Christmas trees here. I go back to, is there a story that relates to this product? As a kid, I always remember picking out Christmas ornaments to put on the tree with my mom, and when we decorated the tree. And now I have people who ask me, to brand their child's initials on their Christmas cowhide stocking, or tool a specific name or date into a piece, and that makes it commemorative for them. The sky is the limit, and I always tell people, I hand brand these things, but I'll try.
From online orders to in-person sales, Burlap Bovine is collecting cow fans worldwide.
Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. That saying, there should be like a little footnote that, oh, by the way, that doesn't mean it's not going to be stressful.
But at the heart of it all, Mallory credits her family's support for her success.
My dad is a huge inspiration to me, and I have him in a newspaper clipping displayed in my office in his FFA jacket from the same chapter that I was a member of in high school. And it reminds me that I hope, oh, emotional. I hope every day that I'm making him proud, and my mom. My mom is a huge part of my business, as well as my husband. It's truly a family-based business. The most rewarding piece of the puzzle is when someone loves my products as much as I love making them. In a booth setting, someone will walk up and tell their friend, especially. I sit in my chair and just giggle in the back, because they go back and forth and they're like, oh, look at this, how cute. No, look at this, how cute. Oh my gosh, look at this, how cute. And I'm like, oh. It's like little tiny kudos, but my favorite is when I'm like, they buy a pair of earrings and I say, would you like me to bag it up for you? And they're like, oh no, I'm gonna wear them right now.